The episode starts, and an old man is saying, "Hey, Grand Massachusetts, what would you do if you became young again?" She says, "Why are you asking this?" The old man says, "We were very poor when we were young. I couldn't even take you on the honeymoon." No one says that it is enough to talk peacefully like this. Well, the apple tree that we planted when we got married is right here. It says that 60 years have passed since then, and then the tree died. When they reach closer, they say that this is the tree which fell in the storm, and then they see a golden apple on this tree. Next day, Grandpa wakes up in the morning, and when he looks at his face in the mirror, he has become a young man. He gets surprised and runs to Grand Massachusetts and sees that she has also become young, and then he catches hold of Grand Massachusetts and says, "Let's go on honeymoon." On the next day, a girl comes and says, Grandpa says this, "You mean, you are here? I am Grandpa." Shoujo says, "I am grandmother." She gets surprised after hearing this. After this, she says, "Grandpa, you should not cut your hair." "But he is looking good," says granddaughter. If she is saying then it is okay, then by the way, Grandma, my granddaughter, has never shown me so much love. Mino says, "Grandma, can I get Grandpa?" She says, "Not at all." After this, she also tells her dad that Grandpa and Grandma both have become young again, and then after this she says to her, "Grandpa, can you do this pose?" In the next scene, some old people are talking that Shoujo and Ain are not coming for a long time. This man says her health was not even good. As others say, this is common in our age. That is why Shoujo is shown here, beyond which all the old women are dying. This old man says Shoujo, and she became young again then. She says, "Kokichi masu no ski, will you take tea?" And he gets so scared seeing them that he spills the tea on his angel, and she says, "I will clean it. Wait here, I will bring the toll." He says, "It is my heart." His hears. Heartbeat had stopped. The second old man says, "Mine will also happen in the next day." This man is saying, "Dad, come with us. You and Mom are too old." Shoujo says, "No. This land has been protected by our ancestors for 100 years. I can't leave." On the other hand, this old woman says, "Sorry, Cade." No one says this, "Mother, by the way, what do you want?" She says, "Everything is fine for me if I stay with Grandpa." Now the next day she says, "Mother, I brought the ingredients which you had asked for this." She comes home and sees Shoujo. She says, "Grandma has gone to the meeting at the community center." She says, "I will go to the bathroom for a bit." And after coming to the bathroom, she says, "I didn't know that Dad was so handsome in my youth. What am I now? I have to tell Yoshiaki first." Next day, Yoshiaki comes here and is surprised to see this, and Mino is clinging to Shoujo. Kariet says, "Mino, don't do this. He is your grandpa." Mino says, "So much." "It's okay," she says. "No." Ina says, "I will talk to you later." The scene shifts, and there is a lick mark on Shoujo's cheek, and Yasa says, "We are going home for now. I will tell Taka, Hiro, and everyone else." She says that you are busy with work, and she puts her hand on his head and says that after becoming an adult, no one will praise you, and this Sheiki remembers the time of her childhood. Mino says, "On my head. Also put your hand," and then she does the same. In the next scene, an old man is saying what to do about this year's sports festival. No one comes. Now the other one says since they made Minami Machi and everyone else is getting old. The other one says yes, and there is a chance of having a heart attack in the sports festival. The other one says yes, and Kid Machi wins every year. Then an old man comes here and brings Shoujo here. Everyone gets surprised to see this, and then they start bowing their heads in front of him. Shoujo says, "What are you doing all this?" Now an old man says, "Shoujo, will you join the festival? This year actually you do it." Shoujo says, "Wait, now it is the day of Intertown Sports Festival, and this old man is thinking that I had heard that Minami Machi might not be able to participate because everyone is above 50, and from what I am seeing, it is clear that Kid Amachi's victory is certain." This man is a neighborhood. The head of the council, Rashiz, brings with him his grandsons, Rashisoda, the best player on Tama High School soccer team, and Igarashi Daki, captain of Tama High School's third-year baseball team. Now they all laugh at these old men. Then Sano, the head of the Minamachi Association, says, "We have a secret weapon this year," he says. Who says Satoshi? Says, "You mean Shoujo and Ain?" and starts laughing, and then Shoujo and Ain come here. Seeing them young, he gets surprised and asks, "Are you his grandson?" He says, "No, we are Saito's only." Now their first competition tug-of-war starts, and Minamachi is losing, but then an old woman says to them that please they will win because of you. Only then she makes them the chair, and all the old men come to their senses and they win. After this there is a three-legged race and Arashi brother is in the lead and is about to win. That's why this old man gives the baton to Sojo and he starts moving forward at speed and says in his mind that we have been together for 70 years, we know each other's movements very well, and we win this race and Rashi. Brothers, they fall down. After this they win the next competition and the competition after that, and here both the brothers are very disappointed and they get angry and say that he has shown them to them for 70 years. First he snatched it from me and today he also snatched the smile of my grandson from me, and then he says to his grandson, don't be disappointed that next year will be on us. Then he comes here and says in anger, shouldn't you be with Shoujo? She doesn't say, I can't handle it there, and here behind Shoujo all the old ladies who are crazy are kept here. She gives them whatever food they can and says, it has been 3 years since Psycho passed away, your grandsons look just like you. When you were young I look at them, and remember the time when you call me your feelingless music. That's why they keep fighting with them, they say to be stronger in the next year seeing this, they say it's really very strong we can. Understand why Grandpa couldn't get them and Hiss says, what did he say, and a scene from the past is shown hike, is now shown a scene after a week of the sports festival hike soda is shown at Shoujo's house, there is a badger. Mino comes with some stuff and he gets nervous seeing it and gives the stuff. Then she calls him inside and he comes inside and says Saito, we are in the same class, but I did not know that they are a couple. And then he says in his mind, this is very popular among boys and girls. I never thought that I will ever come to his house alone, and then he starts pretending to use the phone. Mino says, Rashi, what game are you playing? He says this is quite popular. It is a popular game among boys, seeing them angry inside. Mom says what to do now, she has a boyfriend, she says calm down, they are not dating each other, see each other in the next day. Soso is sitting here and seeing them talking. I fell asleep in my mind. He says his grandpa is very kind, but both of them are looking like I have come to the parent-teacher meeting. Now Soso says you both are in the same class. Mino says he is very smart and athletic too. Hearing this, both of them start talking again. They are with each other, then Soso says, Soda, do you like any girl? Then Mino shuts his mouth. After this he leaves from here and Mino says I wanted to talk to her more in private. Then Soso gets surprised saying this what happened. Sojo says nothing. On the other hand, Soda says to his grandpa, send me there again in the next day. Mino says, Grandma, you first confessed your feeling. She says yes, we did a love marriage, which was quite rare at that time. The Mino says, so Grandpa, then what did you say? It says I already liked him, so I just said I am happy. But your great-grandpa wanted me to marry someone else. I say, Mino. Then what did you do? It says I had a fight with Dad. At first I thought of running away from home, but your grandma's support gave me courage. Your grandma was very cool. Mino says, what kind of girl was she? Shosho says she went to the girl with whom my dad dated. Introduced me and said that I will never let my love take away. Mino says that it is very cool. She says that the girl also had a crush on her. So she backed off easily. Mino says, Grandma, can you do that same scene? Here she considers me as her rival and starts to force her. Come on. Sojo also starts watching this, and now she utters the same dialogue in front of him, and Mino becomes very happy, and with this episode ends here. So guys, if I want episode 2, don't forget to comment and subscribe Anime Manga Genji.